Back to Home City Home Life. I am Scott William. That's my first and middle name. My first video, I actually forgot to say who I was, so I had to stick it up above so that you know who I was. Anyway, let's get the anyways out of the way. I seem to have said that many times in my previous video. So, anywho, the reason I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what it entails, what happens to you sometimes when you're a caregiver. And I'm not making excuses, it just happens. It's just time constraints and things like that. I put on a lot of weight being a caregiver. Mainly starting in like 2015. During that period of time, my wife, Susan Maria, was in the hospital for a month, and then she needed care in a nursing home for 5 months. Now, just to show you about just to tell you about her level of, oh, where are you guys going? Whoa, come back here. I'm still learning to use this. Well, there, steady yourself. Now, just to give you an idea of her level of, what should I say, her level of care she needed. And no one in this city here, there's like 3 or 4 places in the city, but none of them could do it. So she had to be moved like 40 minutes away to another city. So for 5 months, I would get up, drive up there, sit with her for 8 or 9 hours, then drive home, take care of, eat something, take care of the cats and the dog, take the dog for a walk. Again, I had to walk her in the morning before I left, obviously. And then go straight to bed and do it all over again for 5 months. So this town that we had, that was up there, had a McDonald's. It had a Subway. And I think that was it. Wait, there was one other one. I don't know what it was. A Hardee's, I think. No, not a Hardee's. Yeah, it was a Hardee's. McDonald's, a Subway, and a Hardee's. And I spent a lot of time there, eating. And then, at first, when she first was diagnosed with MS, she could, text me. She could call. She could talk yet. She could do all those things. So I could take the dog for a walk, for pretty long walks, 3 times a day is what I used to do, and not worry about her. But I got something on my lip here. But as she progressed and her MS got worse, I couldn't stay away longer, and I had to get back quick because sometimes she had problems. She would start choking, and she couldn't breathe when she choked a lot. I think she had Helicobacter pylori, or it's known more as H. pylori, really, for short. And so the walks with the dog got shorter and shorter, which didn't help me or the dog. And eventually we just only went for really short walks. Even, I have a walker in the room here. I've had it for a couple of years already. Even while she was here, even while I was in here, I tried to use the walker, and she would start choking sometimes, and I'd have to stop. It'd be stop, and it's almost like, what's the point, And it's also very hard to sit there and exercise in front of someone who can't do it, and it's like, I feel bad for her. I felt bad for her. So gradually I just packed on the pounds, and now here we are. So let me show you where we're at here. I'm gonna flip the camera around here in a second. Be right back. there's where we currently are at. On January 1st, 2023, I weighed 401.2 pounds. On January 23rd, 2023, I weighed 392. I have been as high as 420. I have lost 9 pounds, as you see, almost 10. And that's where we're at. So, be right back. So, I am going to do some exercises on this show. And I need your help. I need your support. I need your encouragement. Because I need to lose this weight. It's not healthy. I can't lose it fast because if you lose it too fast, you can really mess up yourself. When we first got married, my wife started having health problems like a month after we got married, and she had such pain in her side, and we went to the emergency room probably 3 or 4 times, and they kept sending her home told her to take like Tylenol or ibuprofen. And it didn't get any better. It didn't get any better. So I investigated, and I figured out it was probably the gallbladder. And I told them that, but they didn't listen. And eventually, to finish up the story, eventually I took her to another hospital and told them that I thought it was the gallbladder. They took it out. So these doctors here, they couldn't diagnose it, but I could. And the gallbladder was bad. I wanted to take it back in a jar and show it to them, but they wouldn't let me do that. Anyway, when I was researching, there's one anyway. Anywho, when I was researching the pain there and found out that it was probably her gallbladder, they said that sometimes if you lose weight too fast, that can affect your gallbladder and cause major problems. And a lot of people that's happened to, I guess. So, we got to get busy. We got to get some weight off. So, let's go. that that's done and we're in shape, we can move on to other things then. The sad truth, there's my wife peeking out right there. This is going to take some time. And that's where we're still at until I weigh again. I'm not sure what I'm going to weigh. Probably about 30th, 31st. Okay. I'll be back.